Good morning. I am so glad that you joined me today. I am doing much better. I survived COVID. I'm a normal person, as normal as somebody can be who has 14 guinea pigs. We are having watermelon. I did put extra layers of protection down here, extra towels and stuff. And I just threw out the little wedges of watermelon for them. And they are very happily eating their watermelon. And now I haven't done the head count yet, so let me make sure. I know I'm missing some. Some had grabbed their watermelon and went hiding, but let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Let's do that again. Petra, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So they're all eating. 2 went off hiding. What's so funny is they even eat the rind. I mean, when I give them watermelon, they eat the rind, the seed. There will be nothing left. Now, there's more. Oh, look at these two. There's more than 14 slices because I know that they do fight over the food. But these two, Portia and Peppa, are sharing a slice, and they are being somewhat competitive. So there's probably, I think there were a total of 18 slices altogether. You guys, you don't have to fight over one watermelon because there's another one right there. Yeah, see, there's plenty. And Pretzella, she lays down to do everything. And she's got her little slice of watermelon, and she's just plopped her little butt down there, and she's half laying, half sitting, because she's just not going to exert herself too much. You guys. These are the 2 sisters here, Peppa and Pippa. They're almost always together. Very seldom are they separated. Even in this big pen, they travel the pen together. If I see one, I'll say, "Where's your sister?" And I'll look around a little bit, and not too long or not too far away, you'll see the sister, and they're almost always together. They're the 2 sisters, and the mama is over there. Oh, Portia, you don't have to steal her watermelon. You guys, there's plenty. There's plenty. Paloma, are you enjoying the watermelon? Pauletta, get your watermelon pieces. And it's just so funny how they'll eat the rind. They'll eat the whole entire thing. Like I said, they don't get this very often. I don't give them fruit very often. I just don't. I think sometimes it causes more problems than it's worth. With diarrhea, I mean, I'll probably have some mushy poops later from all this watermelon. But it's just nice to have a little treat. It's just like us, you know, we're not really supposed to have cake, but every once in a while, you know, you just have to have a little treat, and you might suffer for it afterward. But, Patricia, you're done with the watermelon? Are you done with the watermelon? You decided to come up here and have some hay? Okay, fine. Patricia says, "Yeah, you're talking about mushy poops, and I remember last time I had fruit, I had with mushy poops. I'm going to go eat some hay." That's the mama piggy. to the two sisters, which are still, they moved over a little bit, but they're still right together. They were over here, and now they're almost always together. It's just so funny. They're so close. And they love each other. They groom each other. They're very, very bonded. And I mean, I understand they're sisters, but I have other sister pet pairs in here. And they're not that close. Like, let's see, Petra. Here, you see Petra. Her sister is Portia, and I don't even know where, oh, Portia's all the way over there. And then, here's Philomena here. And her sister is Philippia, which is over here. So, the other sisters, they're not as bonded. They might be a little bit, but they've made other friends in the pen, and they're not as close. But Peppa and Pippa, almost always. I say 90% of the time when I look in the pen, Peppa and Pippa will be close by. Even when they're not eating, when they're all spread out everywhere. Almost always see Peppa and Pippa together. It's a good thing that I put down this extra liner so that you guys can drag the pieces off into other places, but that's okay. I don't know if it's really getting the place too wet. But it's just nice to see how much they enjoy a special treat. They probably won't get any more watermelon until next season. I don't really eat that much watermelon either. I don't know. Sometimes I don't really like the seedless watermelons. I prefer the watermelons back in the olden days that had the big black seeds in them. The little white seeds, there's a lot of them, and you still have to, I can't just eat those little white seeds. I have to spit them out. So to me, it's easier to just pick the black seeds out. And I know that the watermelon with the black seeds had the, they had some white seeds also, but I don't think there were that many. I don't know. I'm not a big watermelon fan either. I love it if somebody would cut it up for me and take out all the seeds, including the white seeds, then yeah. But, they don't care. They eat the seeds. They eat the rind. Look at Philippia here eating the rind. They love it all. So I probably gave them a little bit too much, but since they don't have it that often, I just figured it'd be oh goodness, Pinita. It's a little treat for them. It's like a little picnic for them. Pinita, be careful. Slow down, baby girl. She coughs a lot. Even when I give her peppers, she'll cough. I think she just eats so fast. Now here you see Peppa over here and Pippa is over there. So I mean, they're not always like super close, but they're always in the same proximity for the most part. They're just, and if they do separate, if one goes upstairs and the other's downstairs, the other will eventually give them a few minutes and the other will go upstairs, or vice versa. I think they always keep an eye on each other, and they know where each one is, and they just stay. When I first introduced them to the herd, they stayed very close together. Very close together. And now they're the most recent ones that I adopted. I think I adopted them back in February, March time frame. I'll have to look. I have it written down. But they're very much integrated into the herd now, and they're comfortable. with everyone. And they've made friends with other ones in the herd, but they just still always stay together. Like I say, the other sister, they're not always together as much. They've integrated and they have other friends that are more important to them. And Petunia's doing very well. She did lose a little weight. When I had COVID there, when I found out I had COVID, the first day, I did not give her smoothie because I was just, I don't know if they can catch COVID from us or not, but I didn't want to take a chance. So I ordered some N95 masks, and it took a day for them to come. So then once I got the N95 masks, so she had gone without her smoothie for like a day and a half. And see, there you go, Peppa and Pippa in the hay. They decided they were going to go to the hay together. And yeah, they're just always together. But anyway, back to Petunia. When I did get the N95 mask and I picked her up to feed her, her weight dropped down to 700. So I was like, no, I felt really bad, but I had to weigh out the risk, and in my mind I just felt like, I don't know, I still think I did the right thing, because if she would have caught COVID, and I know they say, there's conflicting information online. If you directly Google, can guinea pigs get COVID from their humans, they basically say it's very unlikely. But yet, if you Google, why do people do experiments on guinea pigs, they say, well, because their systems are so similar to us and their immune system, and they can catch the same diseases as we can. So, to me, that's conflicting information. So, I just would rather err on the side of caution. So, I kept my distance pretty much from them the whole time. And that's why there weren't very many videos. There was only one video, I think, while I had COVID those 2 weeks, because I didn't want to take a chance of anybody getting sick. So, and it was hard, because I fed them, I vacuumed their pen, but I kept a distance, and when I did clean their pen, I had that mask on, and oh my gosh, that mask is really hard to breathe in when you have trouble breathing anyway, because that COVID, it started nasal and then it went into my chest. So I had a lot of breathing issues for a while, and not being able to breathe normal anyway, and then having that mask on and then moving around, cleaning the pen, it was quite taxing. One day I'll have to do a video of how I clean the pen. I just cleaned the pen yesterday. When I say clean, I mean stripped it down and put all fresh liners. I do that probably every, it depends. Sometimes some liners will get changed. Like over here in this corner, they mess it up pretty quickly. So probably every 3 days this liner gets changed. But the others down here, probably every 5 days or so, I strip it down and put fresh liners. Up in the loft, it's been, I think, 2 weeks or longer, because it just doesn't get as dirty. They don't go up there as much, and when they do go up, they're mainly in the tunnels, and so the liners in the tunnels get changed out more often. But the actual liner itself, I'm not going to change it out unless it's dirty. If it starts getting dirty, I don't let it get really dirty. But that's been up there probably like 3 weeks. But the hay gets changed out every 3 days. So I feel it. As you can see, there's a lot of hay in here. And I top it off for 3 days. And then after 3 days, the hay gets all thrown away. Yes, I do waste a lot of hay, but it's it's worth it. Like I said in another video, it's a entertainment as well as a food cost. So a lot of it gets wasted, but they just enjoy playing in the hay so much. So anyway, I know this is a long video, but I had a lot to catch up on. I do miss them. I still haven't gotten any of them. You know, usually I take them out every so often and just cuddle or snuggle or pet them and do health checks and that kind of thing. That I haven't done in the past 2 weeks because I've been keeping my distance. So I miss them because I'm usually always in the pen or sitting in the pen watching TV with them or doing something. So I miss that interaction with them. But I just felt it was best for them. Plus, I really just didn't feel good. I mostly slept. It did take a lot out of me. So I'm 60 years old, which isn't really that old, but it took a lot out of me. So I'm glad to be on the mend. And so anyway, I just thought I would share the watermelon frenzy with you. It's good to catch up. Thank you so much for supporting this channel and for subscribing. Like I've said before, all the proceeds do go to help me with the cost and expense of having 14 guinea pigs. And it also helps me to be able to rescue other guinea pigs. These are all rescues. They come from the local shelter. So the more that I can rescue from the shelters, the more it helps the local shelters to be able to take in more guinea pigs, because there is a huge need in there. The breeders for the pet shops keep breeding guinea pigs and filling the pet shops, and the pet shops push, and people don't, there's not enough awareness of proper care, and so they end up in shelters a lot of time. It's a really sad thing. I wish that I knew a way that I can advocate for, it really should be against the law to breed these animals and flood the pet shops just for them to go into shelters. There should be a law against breeding guinea pigs for pet stores. You know, maybe certain licensed breeders to keep the species going, responsible breeders, but that should be far and few in between, and they shouldn't be feeding the litters into the pet stores. It really should be against the law to breed any animal just to feed the pet stores. It's a system in our country that really needs to be stopped, and I wish if I could find somebody who would advocate for that, I would get behind them and support that, because it's too much. And you'd be surprised how many shelters are overflowing with guinea pigs. There's not enough room for them, and so many suffer because of it. And so anyway, my goal is I can't save all the guinea pigs in the world, but the ones that I do save, it's the world to them, right? Their life is changed drastically. And so it's an ongoing effort that I'll do as long as I can, as long as I'm able physically. It is a lot of work, but it's definitely worth it and rewarding. So I know I've rambled on and made this video last a lot longer than I had planned. But thank you so much for your support. Please spread the word about this. I'm just one person here in a little town in Florida, but I'm not making a huge difference in the whole scheme of everything, but I'm making a huge difference in the lives of these 14 guinea pigs. And so I'd like to be able to expand and do more and help the shelters more, but my resources are limited, so your help would be greatly appreciated. If you could hit like, it will help the algorithm in YouTube to send this to to recommend these videos to more people, and so the more people that see the videos, the more awareness, the more subscriptions I get, and the more subscriptions I get, I'm hoping to be monetized by the end of this year or the beginning of next year, so I can start expanding and doing more to help the communities. So thank you again. I appreciate it, and because after all, it's all about the guinea pigs. Thank you, and goodbye.